Hello everyone, this is Andres Almirai from JNation 2024 and with me is Alina Yurenko. Alina, could you say some words about yourself? Could you introduce yourself?
Sure, Andres. Thank you for having me here. So my name is Alina. I'm a developer advocate for GraalVM at Oracle. And I just had a session here today talking about GraalVM and all the things people can do with GraalVM for Java applications.
Okay, so tell us a bit more. So what people can do with GraalVM and for Java applications?
So many things. I can talk about it for like 3 hours, I think. But there are 3 biggest things you can do with GraalVM. So you can run applications on GraalVM as a JVM. And it's pretty much the same as you would run on OpenJDK or Oracle JDK. But we have a new highly optimized JIT compiler. You can run multiple languages and like mix them together, such as Java, JavaScript, Java, Python, etc. And you can also compile applications ahead of time into native executables and then run them as native programs, basically.
Great. So I know that the GraalVM project itself has started many years ago, and it comprises of many different moving parts. It's the JIT compiler, it's the native image, there's GraalOS, there are so many other things happening. So because it's been some time since the project has started, how have you seen the adoption of the different technologies among the GraalVM project?
I'm glad you asked this. So I have these beautiful slides that I show in conferences where we show like a history of the project and some important milestones that we achieved over the years. And there are many things in that slide, but one of my favorite ones were like in 2019 when we released our first GA builds. So until that, it was release candidates. You could have tried it out, tested, but it was not production available yet. But since 2019, it is. And then in 2020, so like 4 years ago, Alibaba already adopted GraalVM and native image specifically and run production workloads on native image ever since. And since then, we have way more users such as, Disney streaming. Even at Oracle internally, we are heavily using GraalVM, so at Oracle Cloud, Oracle NetSuite. So yeah, a lot of adoption, and I think we'll see even more in the coming years.
So what about adoption on the frameworks that developers like to use? So Spring Boot and Micronaut, Quarkus, Helidon, all these things. How's that going on?
Yeah, so you know how Josh always says that there has never been a better time to be like a Java and Spring developer? And I think there also had never been a better time to be a GraalVM developer because now in 2024, pretty much every major Java framework, so as you said, Spring Boot, Micronaut, Quarkus, Helidon, they all support GraalVM and they even recommend using GraalVM and native image out of the box. And same applies to cloud vendors, so whatever is the cloud vendor of your choice, they all have some kind of SDK or some other capabilities such as monitoring, etc. on their platforms to help you build, run, monitor, and deploy applications with GraalVM.
Great. So I think that you may be aware of something that happened early this year, which is called the 1 Billion Road Challenge from Gunnar Morling. Originally, the idea was to showcase the new features or
we can take modern Java.
Modern Java, exactly. But at some point, kind of like GraalVM took over because the best running scenarios happen either using GraalVM as JIT or using as a native image. So what else can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that was a very interesting challenge, and I was just laughing, saying, let's see where we can take modern Java, because eventually it got to the point where all the Java, performance community jumped into the challenge. And when you read the code that they wrote in the end, it is very fast, but it takes you, a few seconds to parse like what is going on there, right? So that is all like specifically tuned for optimizations because it got so competitive in the end that you needed to do crazy things to squeeze the last piece of performance. But I think many people observed, just like you did, that most of the entries, especially in like top 10, I think 9 out of 10 entries are using GraalVM, either as JIT or as native image. And people are saying like 2 main conclusions there were that optimization 0, so step 0 is use a good VM, and GraalVM is that good VM. And another interesting observation is that even if you're doing those crazy hand-picked performance optimizations, GraalVM can still help you squeeze those extra 5-10% performance improvements, even if you are writing this insane, like manually hand-optimized code. So that was really fun to observe, and I'm looking forward to the next challenge and seeing what else Gunnar can come up with and how we can make those workloads even faster.
Yeah, let's see what else GraalVM will come up in the next months, right, in the next releases. I know for a fact this is not your first JNation. So what is your impression of the conference overall?
Oh, I love coming here. It's a beautiful venue. Coimbra is a great place. And this venue is so unique. I cannot think of any other conference that is set up in a similar kind of building and venue. So it's beautiful to explore and walk around. And yeah, I like it as much as last year. Still a lot of people, a lot of good sessions, and the weather, I think it's more like gentle and acceptable than it was last year, because last year we were all melting here, but this year it's very nice, plenty of things to do, good food, great sessions. So I always love coming back here and telling everyone they should come to JNation and they have a chance.
Yes, then there you hear it, folks, directly from Alina. If you can make it to JNation next year or the coming years, please do so. You won't be disappointed. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the audience?
Oh, actually, the sessions are live stream, and I guess they will be available on YouTube like ASAP. So even if you missed it this year, unfortunately, but you can go and check out them on YouTube. And yeah, waiting for you here next year as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Alina, and thank you everyone else for listening, and I'll see you next.